Welcome to Story of Marcus. Today, we're uncovering the secret weapon the Stoics used to overcome life's greatest challenge, fear. Let's be honest, fear stops us all. It whispers doubts, amplifies risks, and keeps us from stepping into our full potential. But what if I told you that fear is not your enemy? It's your greatest ally. In this video, we'll explore how to use ancient Stoic techniques to conquer fear and take bold action toward your goals. Stick around until the end because these life-changing lessons can transform not only how you face fear, but how you live your life. And hey, if you're passionate about personal growth through ancient wisdom, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Join the Story of Marcus community as we rediscover timeless tools to thrive in modern times. Let's dive in. The Stoic view on fear. Fear is as old as humanity itself. The Stoics, who lived over 2,000 years ago, understood that fear often stems from the unknown and our tendency to focus on things outside our control. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, wrote in his Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This simple yet profound insight forms the foundation of Stoic teachings on fear. Most of the time, fear arises from our imagination running wild. We fear what might happen, what others might think, or what we might lose. But here's the secret. Fear itself is not real. It's our perception of a situation, and that perception is entirely within our control. For example, imagine you're afraid of failure in your career or relationships. Stoicism teaches us that failure is not something to fear, but an opportunity to grow. What matters is how we respond to it. Practice the dichotomy of control. Epictetus, another great Stoic, emphasized the importance of separating what we can control from what we can't. This is called the dichotomy of control. When faced with fear, ask yourself these two questions. Is this fear about something I can influence? If yes, what actions can I take? If no, why am I wasting my energy on it? For instance, if you're worried about an upcoming exam, focus on what you can control, studying, practicing, and preparing your mind. The outcome, whether you pass or fail, is beyond your control. By focusing only on what you can influence, you free yourself from unnecessary anxiety. When we practice the dichotomy of control, we reclaim our mental energy. Instead of being consumed by worry, we direct our efforts toward meaningful action. This mindset shift not only alleviates fear, but also enhances our productivity and peace of mind. This principle applies to all aspects of life, from relationships to career challenges. The key is to let go of what you cannot change and double down on what you can. As you practice this consistently, you'll notice your fears diminishing and your confidence growing. 2. Use premeditatio malorum negative visualization. The Stoics had a powerful practice called premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils. This involves imagining worst-case scenarios, not to scare yourself, but to prepare yourself. Picture the thing you fear most and then think about how you would handle it with resilience and composure. For example, if you fear losing your job, imagine what would happen. You might feel stressed or worried about finances. Now consider your options. Could you find another job, downsize your expenses, or use the time to pursue a passion project? By visualizing the worst and preparing for it, you'll find that the fear loses its sting. As Seneca said, the man who has anticipated calamities suffers them once. The man who has not suffers them twice. This technique doesn't just reduce fear, it builds mental fortitude. When you've mentally rehearsed how to navigate challenges, you approach them with a sense of readiness. This preparedness makes it easier to take action, no matter how daunting the task may seem. Negative visualization is also a reminder of your inner strength. By acknowledging that you can survive and adapt, you'll start viewing fear not as an obstacle but as a stepping stone to resilience and growth. 3. Take small, immediate actions. Seneca also reminds us, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Fear grows in the shadows of inaction. The best way to shrink it is to move forward, even if it's just a small step. Let's say you're afraid to start a new business. Instead of worrying about every potential obstacle, take one actionable step today. Research your market, create a rough plan, or reach out to someone who's done it before. Each small action builds momentum and diminishes fear. Taking small actions also rewires your brain. Every time you face a fear and act despite it, you reinforce the belief that you are capable. Over time, this builds a habit of courage. The more you act, the less power fear has over you. Remember, perfection is not the goal. Progress is. Even a single step forward can make the fear feel less overwhelming. Once you start moving, the path ahead becomes clearer, and the courage to keep going grows stronger. 4. The power of courage and resilience in Stoicism. Courage is one of the 4 cardinal virtues in Stoicism. It's not about being fearless, but about acting despite your fears. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, it is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. Think about that. How many opportunities have you missed because fear held you back? Every moment you spend paralyzed by fear is a moment you'll never get back. The Stoics challenge us to lean into discomfort, embrace uncertainty, and trust that we have the strength to handle whatever comes our way. To cultivate courage, start by reframing fear as a sign of growth. If something scares you, it's likely because it challenges you. View it as an opportunity to expand your comfort zone and build your character. Courage also comes from self-trust. When you face your fears and take action, you prove to yourself that you are capable. This builds a foundation of inner confidence, making it easier to tackle future challenges. Over time, what once seemed terrifying becomes manageable, and your resilience becomes unshakable. 5. Why fear is a teacher, not an enemy. The Stoics believe that fear reveals what we value most. If you fear losing your reputation, it's because you place too much value on the opinions of others. If you fear failure, it's because you've tied your self-worth to external achievements. By understanding the root of your fear, you can learn valuable lessons about yourself. What are you holding on to too tightly? What beliefs or assumptions are driving your anxiety? Fear, when examined closely, becomes a guide to what truly matters and where your inner work lies. Fear also pushes you to grow. Every time you face it, you learn more about your strengths and weaknesses. It's not a sign to stop, it's a sign to dig deeper, to find the courage within you to rise above. The next time fear arises, instead of running from it, sit with it. Ask yourself, what is this fear trying to teach me? What opportunity lies hidden within it? By approaching fear with curiosity instead of avoidance, you transform it into a powerful ally on your journey of self-mastery. 6. Closing thoughts and call to action continued. Discovery through Stoicism and ancient wisdom, helping you navigate life with clarity, courage, and purpose. By subscribing, you'll join a community of seekers dedicated to unlocking their potential and living extraordinary lives. Remember, fear is only as powerful as the attention you give it. By applying the Stoic practices we've discussed, you can not only conquer your fears but also open the door to a life of greater fulfillment and action. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode of Story of Marcus. Stay courageous, and take that first step today.